Namaste, beautiful people. Thank you for joining me on the mat yet again for another day of yoga. 20 minutes of yoga every day is what we're aiming for. Little bites is what I'm trying to give you. Different ways to think of yoga, different ways to look at yoga, different ways to feel yoga, and to really just get the full breadth, the idea of everything, the plethora of benefits that yoga can bring to your life, to inspire you to perhaps get on and just see how it feels, get on your own journey. Today's little number we've got going on here is just a tiny little bite. This is my practice. This is an Ashtanga practice, which is a sequence of poses put together on a breath-based flow. So let's get going. This is Barefoot Yoga. I'm Michelle, shoes off, and let's just get cranking straight into it. But firstly, let's connect the breath. So just standing nice and tall, shoulders up, and then let it all drop down. Really feel your feet and just connect just for a moment. Hands at your heart. And let's just take 3 breaths. Just take a huge, big breath in through your nostrils. And out. Let it right down to your toes. Relax into that exhalation. Breathing in. And out. Really defining the breath that'll flow us through the rest. Breathe in and breathe out. We don't want to let the body overwhelm us or distract us. The body is coming along for the ride, and we're going to float through this on our breath. So let's take it right up to the front of your mat, toes and heels touching, hearts open. And let's go with the flow. Inhaling up, looking up at those thumbs, and as you exhale, just fall down, leading with your heart wherever that feels good for you. Take a big breath in, make some gorgeous space in your spine and your chest and your heart. Hands down, we're going to step back the right leg. We're going to step back that left leg. We're going to drop down through the knees, and we're going to come all the way to our mat. And as we inhale, we're going to press those hands and lift the heart to our up dog. Push those hips back, tuck the toes under. And like magic, we find ourselves in that beautiful downward facing dog. If that's the first one you've done today, you might just want to just find your way into it. We're oozing our way into our body. And part of this practice is just waking up the body, waking up to ourselves and tuning in. So just take your time just to sink in. As you inhale, look up. We're going to step that right foot forward, and then we're going to push off and straighten up that right leg until the left foot has nowhere to go but down. Exhaling down. And as you inhale, lift your head and swoop your arms up, looking up at those thumbs. That gorgeous, optimistic expression of hearts open. Already, hopefully, feeling a little bit warmer. All right, we normally would do quite a few rounds of those. Let's have a go at our standing. Toes, feet slightly apart, about hip distance. Moving from our hips, so we're going to inhale up. And as we exhale, feel like you're pushing your coccyx back behind you. And we're just going to flow down. Keep the knees bent where we need to. And we're coming down into Paschimottanasana. I want you to really just get used to this idea of going with your body. Wherever your body says, that's the place that your brain finds you. You don't need to be anywhere else, but right here, right now, and diving inside yourself, shutting out that outside world just for those few moments. Beautiful, receiving those benefits of this inversion. Hands to your hips, and as we inhale, we're going to lift the head and lift our heart and flow ourselves all the way back up. And here we are all over again. We repeat this same structure of finding ourselves Inhale at your heart, and as we exhale, we're going to step it around to the side, turning those right toes out and left toes out slightly, or the heel out. Inhale up, we'll move into Trikonasana triangle. Keeping your legs straight, and you're just going to float over to the side. Follow the movement of your body. Where do your hips go? We're going to feel like we're drawing those fingertips up to the ceiling. Throat is soft. And we just feel that beautiful release, that relief in our body. We find our stability. The standing practice helps us feel stable. Inhale up, and let's go into our left hand side. So we're just fleeing the feet around to the other side. Inhale up, and as we exhale, we're gliding over. Wherever your hip flexibility lets you go, wherever your arms and shoulders, if it feels a little bit stiff or tight, you can keep the arm out and just rest it down. See how it feels for you. Think of this practice as a little bit of a framework that you put yourself into, and then you work out what works for you. Inhaling up. All the poses work. Exhale around to the other side. Let's try this one. Inhale, and as we exhale, we just follow our hips down through warrior. And this one's called gorgeous. It's called Paschimottanasana. Pashma means side, and Kona means angle. So the side angle pose, that beautiful lifting, freeing sensation around our shoulders and our chest, but stable in our legs, our strength. Waft up like a bird. Inhale. Beautiful. Well done. All right, other side. Here we go. It's inhale up. And as we exhale, so we're not trying to get anywhere, we're not trying to bend our knee, it's just a slow little descent. And then we can rest that elbow, and that arm just floats on through. Not jammed, there's lots of room to breathe. We feel calm, we feel stable, we feel capable. Turn the palm and float yourself up. Glorious, and very slowly. Bringing both feet together, not together, outsides of the feet parallel for this next one. We're going to go forward from our hips. Inhale up, like you're lifting through the crown of the head. And as you exhale, just feel like you're just pushing your bottom back behind you and your heart forward. So you're keeping quite flat and neutral in your spine. And you just follow the movement of your hips wherever they want to take you. Maybe your hands don't reach the ground, you might hold the ankles or the shins. And wherever you are, just let the weight of your head cascade down. The weight of your skull will feel like it's drawing your spine, it's inviting your spine to flow down and feel like it's deliciously free. All right, coming up is slow. We're going to lift our head higher than our heart. We're going to bring our hands to our hips. We're going to use the strength of our legs. Gorgeous. Well done. Stretch it out. We're just going to walk those feet back together, toes and heels touching. Just have a little moment there. Beautiful. See, already the body is warm. Spinning around, we're going to have our right foot stepping forward and our left foot stepping back. This one's called Paschimottanasana. Arms out to the two sides. Paschimottanasana. We're going to bring those hands around, squeezing the palms together as we inhale up. And as we exhale, we're going to lead with the heart. And keeping both legs straight. We're following the movement. We're feeling the movement of the hips as it rolls over the heads of our femurs. The weight of your head will feel like it's drawing your spine long. And in every asana, in every pose, you lift your head and you lift your heart. And we come up gorgeous and steady and stable. We're going to spin. See if you can just find your feet straight around to our other side. This is our left foot forward. Hearts open, drawing those palms together. Inhale up. And as you exhale, lead with your heart. So when you follow your breathing, it encourages you to not be in a hurry. There's no end goal because the moment is now. And it encourages you just to focus on one breath at a time. And you'll find your body will start to just fall into place. As you inhale, what we don't want to do is try to force ourselves into place. Come all the way up, stretch yourself out to the side, and very lightly come back to the front of your mat. Toes and heels touching, hands by your sides, hearts open. Feel your peace. Already it's started. We're only a few minutes in. Gorgeous. The next little part to this is to create balance. So we're going to pop this left hand on our hip and see if you can bring that right knee up. And you might just stop here. This may be your balance, lifting the heart and lifting the head. See how that feels. If you feel like you could go a bit further, you might want to grab those toes and just see if that leg can stretch out for you. And when that feels good, out to the side we go. This could be your straight leg, or you could be just encouraging that flexibility, that movement in the hips. What's the most important thing here? Back to the center. Let's stretch the leg out and bring it back down. It's more important to create a foundation and be stable than to be wobbling all over the place, a little unhinged, where we feel totally out of control. So it's much more important to be down than have your leg, or if you're going for the extension but it's causing you to crash out and wobble, then just come back to the place where you feel steady, where you feel stable. If you want to take that little one out to the side, go for it. Or just stay with the knee just for a moment. Your body will start to come along to this little party. But you know, guys, we call it a yoga practice, because that's what we're doing, is we're practicing, we're making the body feel really malleable, and of course our mind. So back to where we started, right at the front of your mat, nice and steady. Let's pop a little bit of warrior in. I'm going to come round back to the front of my mat. Taking a big inhale, we're going to raise the arms just at shoulder distance. And as we exhale, we're just going to sink a little bit. Follow the weight of your body down. And this one's called Uttanasana, or the fierce posture. Try to breathe nice and steady here. Good. Hands at your heart. And we're going to come all the way back up. And all the way back down. Beautiful. This is part of the warrior series, making ourselves feel incredibly strong and calm and capable. Right foot forward, left foot stepping back, toes kicked out slightly. Inhale up with the arms. And as we exhale, we're going to just see what happens when we sink down. We're already in position. What you don't want to do is feel yourself tipping or trying. Just see where you are without trying. We're going to swap this over. So here's how this is going to roll. We're going to straighten up that right leg. We're going to spin around to the back of the mat, just on your feet. All right, so your brain has to concentrate to be here. Inhale up, and as we exhale, we're going to sink down into this other side. So you see how we're balancing the two sides of the body here. Once you get used to it, it sort of starts to make maybe a little bit of sense. See how you go. All right, try this one for me. We're going to roll the hip open and bring our arms out to the side now. And just steady ourselves. See what your body is capable of. We're just asking it what it needs. Inhale up, and I know I've got my back to you. I'm sure you're doing a great job. And we're just seeing down into it, making sure we're not tipping and dipping down. We're not trying to get somewhere. We're here right now. And as you inhale, bring yourself up. We're going to spin it back around to the front of the room. We're going to drop down, send the right leg back and the left leg back, down onto the knees, all the way down to the mat. Inhale, lifting the heart. Tuck those toes under. Exhale, we're just going to curl ourselves up and we find ourselves. So we don't even have to make the down dog. It just happens all of its own accord. We're going to drop that down to the knees, cross at our shins or our ankles and roll ourselves back, or somehow. It's okay. It takes a little while to get used to some of this stuff. So from here, if that's hurting and that's uncomfortable, just drop out and sit yourself down. I really encourage you, it's why I'm here, it's why I'm doing all of these practices, is to encourage you not to get stuck on the poses. The why we're doing them is so much more beneficial. Hands by your sides, hearts open, and just open up. Center in, skull shining, heart open. Oxygenate, get that blood in, a circulation moving. As you exhale, we're going to float ourselves down into this one's called Paschimottanasana. You can have those knees bent. You might be here. You might be here. Whatever your body says feels good, then that's the place I want you to go to. There is only you, and you are the only person that knows how your body feels. Paschimottanasana is just here to give you an opportunity to listen in without the outside world telling you what you should be doing. So don't should on yourself. Whatever you're doing is the right thing, yeah? Inhale up and float yourself all the way up. All right, grabbing hold of that right ankle, we're going to roll it out to the side and bend it in. This one's called Shavasana. Inhale up and keeping it long. Don't drop your head so you're gazing towards the horizon. And it's just the tactile, feeling your hands sliding down your shin. Wherever you get to, that's the right place for you. What your body says feels right. The idea behind it is when we're down, like I am, you're completely absorbed within yourself, contained within yourself, where the outside world, inhale up, the outside world can't come in and get you. Let's unfold, go straight into this left-hand side. So it's inhaling up. You can see we're moving fairly swiftly, so not too much. What we're trying to do is not fidget and not fuss around too much, which is really my premise. Is where Ashtanga has led me to, in the wisdom of you just move with your body. When we fuss around too much, we get the idea that we have to be doing something. Lift the head, but in essence we're already doing it. Yoga's just space to listen, and you're already doing that just by getting on this mat today, right now. Glorious. Let's try a little twist into this little groove we've got going on. So right foot stepping up, and we're going to swoop this left arm around. So you're kind of giving yourself a big old hug here. Inhale up through the crown of the head, and as you exhale, your right shoulder floating around and the left shoulder floating back, getting that blood pumping through your heart and lungs, your spine lifting, your gorgeous adrenals, your stomach, your reproductive system, your immune system, everything's getting squeezed and woken up. Back to the center, and let's flow straight into the other side, the left side. So left knee up, Hand comes around it, it's inhale, just being in it, rising up. And as you exhale, you're following it. Where does it want to take you? You know, you hear us say a lot, you know, let's get on this journey of yoga. The journey in your asana, in your poses, it's a journey every breath. You just notice, where is it taking me? And as you inhale, let the head look forward. And isn't that delicious? Absolutely delicious. Twisting is the spice of life. I actually might do a twisting practice shortly. Let's join the soles of the feet together. Again, wherever it feels good. If you want to bring the heels all the way in, or if you need them out, if you want to grab cushions if the knees are a bit sore, prop underneath and hold those knees so they're not going to drop out on you. This one's called Paschimottanasana, the bound angle pose. Inhale up, and we'll just lead with the heart. We'll rise up. But when you're rising, you're not rigid. There's a give, there's a softness, there's a suppleness. And if you can roll those shoulders, you get that reminder that you're alive. You can feel your heart and lungs, you can feel your blood moving, you can feel your heart pumping. Gorgeous. One of my favourite poses, this one. Inhale, bring those knees together, and let's step the legs out wide. Not the splits, just comfortable here. High on your sitting bones if you can, which means grab that butt and move it out behind you. Tactile, wherever you get to. So it's inhale up, and as you exhale, you're just feeling. That's the only thing happening, is the feel of your fingers just tickling down your shins as your body falls into the place that you're already in. That's all that's happening. Again and again and again, I urge you to, your wisdom is you. It's what you got. I don't know what it feels like for you. So the only person that can honour it is yourself, yeah? All right, let's slowly bring those knees together. We're going to flip around again, or I'm coming. You're probably still on the side of your mat probably. All right, and let's curl ourselves down. Right leg straight up to the ceiling. You see me there? And up go you can hold on to that leg, fingers around the toe if some of you can get there. This should be your right leg up to the ceiling. And just breathe into it. You are not forcing your body to do something. This is just framework. Wherever your body, wherever your hands need to go, that's where you are. As you exhale, let's take that leg all the way out to the side. I'm going to hit the wall, swivel out, and follow what your body says. Follow the leg inside the hip. And you're just breathing gently to yourself. Inhale back up to the center. And as you exhale, just gorgeous control. So you build this beautiful awareness. Up we come. Inhale. And around the back of the shin, the back of the ankle, wherever you are. And as you exhale, that knee may be bent. Maybe you're coming out like this, you know. Hold on to the toe if you can, but it's not the end. It's just the beginning is listening, and everything unfolds from there. Inhale back up to where we started, and it just floats back down. That beautiful balance and alignment between right and left sides. All right, bending those knees up, gorgeous things. And we're going to take a little bit of bridging. So as you feel comfortable, feet are hip distance. As you inhale, you're going to just push your feet down into the mat and just follow your spine up. See what it's capable of doing. And as you exhale, you can bring that all the way down. Over time, as you get practicing, if you're doing your 20 minutes every day, you can start to push up on the hands and the feet And see how that feels as you start to develop. Your strength comes from the constantness. It is like, the best way I describe it is rolling over to your right hand side. We're just going to have a little stretch out from our back bend. Legs out and flowing down. It's like a river just takes its time to carve its way through a gorge or a mountainside. It doesn't happen by if you watched it, but it's happening every day. It just gently takes its way through. That's how yoga happens for us. All right, we are so close to the end now. You're going to lie yourself down. Now, we're going to do a little bit of shoulder stand, chin in towards the chest. And firstly, you can just start by bringing those legs up and up. This may be enough for you. With your shoulder stand, you need to get really well grounded. You need to have a degree of awareness. So I urge you maybe just to stay here. For those of you that know what you're doing, if you're opening up your shoulders, you can anchor under here, and we're going to shoot the legs over our head. And as we inhale, rising up, floating the feet and the legs are just floating their way up. We're going to have a little bend at the hips to come down, and then we're just going to follow our spine. Whoop! One vertebrae at a time. And strangely enough, we're back exactly where we started. Roll to your right hand side, use your hands to push up. Feet directly under your knees. Let's counterbalance that shoulder stand back onto our hands. This one's called fish pose or Matsyasana. And we're going to open the chest, open the heart. Get those heart and lungs moving, our circulation flowing. And particularly those muscles across the chest that can make us feel kind of anxious or a little overwhelmed. We want to stretch them out so we can breathe better. That's the purpose, this physical posture. Don't get stuck on whether you can do a pose or not do a pose. Just get used to the fact that here you are, you're doing it, guys. All right, we do get upside down with Ashtanga. Please don't do a headstand. If you have never done a headstand, I'm going to show you what you need to do. For those that know what you're doing, maybe you can have a go. This is really just to give you a visual, you guys. For those that don't do headstand, if you have never practiced a headstand, this is not the day for it. This is not headstand class. So you can come up onto your knees and just let the head rest down. We'll do a headstand masterclass, okay? So if you have never done one, wait for that class. That class will be coming. And after a while, when you start to feel steady inside your body, you'll be able to make that headstand completely effortless. You will just learn, once you learn your body and you learn to trust your body, and it will be as peaceful as that. Don't try to hold your legs up or jump yourself up. Taking the hands back, this is beautiful Balasana. So we're here to trust our body. So, and be patient with it, yeah? Oh, how nice. Over we go. And the best part of it all is falling down into Shavasana, relaxation pose, stretching those legs out, arms out, hearts open. And take a couple of big breaths in and out. Sink your body into the earth, flat and smooth. Smiling to your gorgeous body for exactly what it is capable of. One more breath. And just take a moment to completely be with the purpose of having woken up the body, feeling really in tune. Check out how calm you feel, your brain is focused, your breathing is subtle, your body warm and peaceful. And you may just stay here, have a few extra moments of Shavasana, have as long as you need. I'm just doing my little bites, so it's not as long as we all need. Take as long as you need. And thank you for sharing my practice, my beautiful practice with me today. Namaste.